Folks, welcome back to the Quest for Glory Saga. I'm Alec, and today we're going to be starting Shadows of Darkness, which is the fourth game in the series. So our hero is Conrad, and he's already had quite a few adventures at this point. So if you're wondering what happened, you're just joining us now, then I definitely recommend watching the first three games. We're playing with the same character all the way through, and we're more than halfway through the series at this point, so definitely go check those out. You can find the links in the description. Cool. Shadows of Darkness, Quest for Glory 4. This game came out in 1993 on floppy disks, and it came out really buggy. They knew that at the time when they released it, but they wanted to hit the holiday season, and so they shipped it anyway with bugs. They knew that they were going to have to patch it in the future, either with, I guess back then patches actually were like additional floppies that they had to like ship out, so more of a hassle than it is now when you can just push it digitally, right? But they released a CD-ROM version in 1994. I don't know if the 93 version actually had voice acting or if it was only the CD-ROM version. It kind of feels like it would only be a CD-ROM thing. But yeah, so they shipped the CD version in 94. This was all before I actually played this game. As I said in the first game video, I played these in a really weird order. I played Quest for Glory 5 first, then I got the collection series and played through all the games, presumably in order. Presumably I figured that out, that was the right way to do things at that point. So that's where we are. Two other little fun factoids about Shadows of Darkness. One is that, yeah, it's fully voice acted, right? So you're not going to have to hear me put on weird accents or try to fake, female voices or anything like that. We're going to have actual actors who got paid to do that. So that's good. The first actor who you're probably going to know is John Rhys Davies. He played Gimli and Treebeard in Lord of the Rings and was Sala in the Indiana Jones series of movies. So he's the narrator, and that's cool. I didn't recognize that, I think, as a kid, and then when I realized that later, it blew my mind. The second person is Jennifer Hale, and even if you don't recognize her name, you probably recognize the characters that she played. She was the voice of Shepard in the Mass Effect series, Bastila in Knights of the Old Republic. What else have we got? Avatar Last Airbender. She's just a well-known voice actress, and this was her first role. Okay, so this is how she actually got started. She was Dinah here as well in Baldur's Gate, so she's all over the place. Anything else I wanted to say about this game before we start? So I'm not going to recap all the other games, but I am just going to set up where we left off from the end of the previous game. So Quest for Glory 3, we defeated the demon wizard, right? We saved Tarna, brought peace, no war is going to happen now. And we were getting ready to celebrate with our friends when we were viciously torn from that place by some kind of terrible spell. We don't actually know what is going on, but we're being pulled out of our wherever we were, that place, and brought somewhere else. We saw a to be continued screen where we saw what looked like Adavis, who was the big bad from Quest for Glory 2, the evil vizier that we thought we killed, but I guess he's alive. That's what the previous game was teasing. And he had vampire teeth, so we don't know what that's about. Just a little fun. Maybe he always had vampire teeth. We don't know. We never saw him smile in Quest for Glory 2. There was also another hooded figure looking at the crystal ball where Conrad was writhing in agony. We couldn't see their face. So it's Adavis and someone else who have probably done this to Conrad, right? Adavis, if he's alive, probably doesn't like Conrad very much because Conrad pushed him off the edge of a tower. So Adavis is probably after this for vengeance of some kind. We don't know who the other person is. Okay, I think with all that said, I'm going to shut up and we're going to get into the game. Yeah. This is probably the darkest and maybe the most mature and interesting game in the series. It's a bold claim, but Showing off their new 3D graphics. Amazing. And now what we have is one of the most amazing title themes of all time. Had no reason to be this good, but it is anyway. And of course I'm going to talk over it. Well, with the guitar, so good. If you want to listen to it, go find it. It's great to listen to all the way through. There's like guitar solos and everything. It's really good. Aubrey Hodges is the composer for this game, and he does a really nice job. It's pretty fire. Can I say that? Pretty fire? Is that something that I'm allowed to say? I don't know. Press create character. Boom. Punching out through the door. Magicking through the door. Creeping past the door as the thief. And this bat thing rises as well. It's just fun, right? They go all in on the gothic horror stuff. We're not actually creating a character, by the way. I just wanted to show you guys this screen because it's so badass. Alright, we are importing a character. Get out of here. You hear that guitar going off? Like... Alright.
Please insert your saved character disc from any of the first 3 Quest for Glory games into the disc drive, so that your hero can make the journey to Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness.
And there he is. There's John Rhys Davies. Okay, so here's Conrad from the previous game.
Your character has been successfully imported. Welcome to Shadows of Darkness.
Alright, we're in. Your character has been imported as a Paladin. Only if this is incorrect, indicate your profession below, otherwise select continue. So we're going to select continue. Okay, so we have our stats screen. First thing I like to do is just, there's a new skill, acrobatics. It's at 0. We're probably not going to put any points into it. I think this is something new they added for thieves. They changed like acrobatics, or they pulled it out from agility and made it into something new. I think this still is true of Quest for Glory 5 as well, acrobatics being a skill, but we don't care. Conrad's not good at flips and cartwheels, so he's not going to take it. We have 100 points available for him. I don't think we really leveled up as much as we should have in the previous game, so this is probably good that we have this. I'm going to start with dodge, put 10 points into that, and another 10 points into agility. Honestly, we just want him to tank most of this, so we'll put that to 262. He's a brute force kind of guy. Vitality, I think, also increases stamina by something. So this is a really important stat for him. It's just health and stamina, and he can heal himself with stamina. So maybe I put in most of my points into this to play this meathead correctly, just to give myself a bit of buffer, because I remember this game's combat being a little bit different from the previous games. And the name, we couldn't even change even if we wanted to. So, forget it, Conrad. Here we go.
You awaken from nightmares of flying and falling. You find yourself in this strange place. The only illumination, an eerie green glow. You've lost your weapons and the contents of your backpack somewhere during the journey. All you have are the clothes and armor on your back. This leaves you with 4 burning questions. Where are you? How did you get here? Who brought you here? And how in blazes can you get out of here? No, make that 5 burning questions. What city did your luggage end up in this time?
Okay. Very clever, very cute. Before we start, I just want to talk about maybe some of the changes they've made. Well, first of all, it's very beautiful. The art in this game is insane and very disturbing, actually, at sometimes. This is all gray up here now. Very serious. Look at these skulls. They've gone full out on adorning the game with gothic embellishments. Cool. So what do we have in our inventory? This simple money pouch contains all the money you have with you. Crowns 1. So just a single coin, it looks like, and then we have this. That's it, just plate mail armor. The plate mail armor consists of sections of metal plates welded to flexible chain links for superior protection. You wear leather padding underneath the armor. It doesn't really look like Conrad is wearing anything. My, you're looking heroic today. I don't know why that's not voiced by John, actually. You are currently carrying that many quarks. The most you can carry without strain is 5 times that much, which has never really been an issue in these games, funnily enough. Alright, everything else looks pretty similar to what we have, but I just wanted to comment on, as you move the cursor, the eyeball actually kind of looks around. I find that really charming. Same thing with all these icons, actually. They all move. This looks weird. It's like a hand that's been cut off. You can actually see the bone and sinew there, and it's just grasping at the air. This one's just little footsteps, not as interesting. And then we have lips with fangs, more vampire fangs. So we've already gotten 2 clues that there could be vampires in this game. Here's our little like rest menu, and we can open up our stats here. They're all red because I guess they're all new at the start. Last thing I wanted to point out, actually, this is our magic. You now have the Paladin ability to heal. With this spell, you may heal yourself or others, but it will use some of your stamina, and that's why we leveled up our vitality, actually. Because this boosts health and stamina. It's just a really good stat for tanking, anyway. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to say here is that they've learned, I think, their lesson. And there's 3 bars at the top. So you can see your health, you can see your stamina, and you can see your mana as well at the top. So you don't actually have to click into this menu anymore to see these resources. So interesting, right? Definitely getting more modern over time. I think that's all for the intro, so let's start looking around, see how we can get out of this mess.
You are in a large cave, dimly lit by glowing lichen on the walls. Strange, irregular outcroppings of stone grow from the ground, looking like the skeleton of some enormous beast. Here and there, petrified human bodies seem to grow half in, half out of the floor and walls.
Petrified bodies, right? Where? Here?
You are in a large...
No, that's just a cave.
You are in...
That looks like a body, come on. This is a body, a skull here. Oh.
The desiccated corpse is half buried in the rock of the cave floor.
Okay, okay. Let's check that body.
You search the desiccated body. The only still usable item is a dagger which you pick up. However, lying around the bones are some coins. 5 golden coins. Each have a crown stamped onto them. And 13 small copper coins, each stamped 1 kopeck.
That little jingle that plays means I got some points. I don't know where to put that, where they show that. Should I put detail on high? I probably should, right? I think I just got some puzzle points, 2. And yeah, we picked up a dagger on that. So I don't know about you guys, but that looks really difficult to find. I'm amazed that we actually even ran into that, to be honest, because it looks like it's part of the environment. Anyway, we picked up some money. We have 5 more crowns now and 13 kopecks. Kopecks are probably like the coppers of this area's currency. And we have a dagger. This is a flat-handled dagger suitable both for close-in fighting and throwing. Right. Okay, so we're not defenseless now. So can we walk along here?
You are in a...
There's more bodies in the center. Maybe we can search those.
The deteriorated corpse has grown partway into the cave wall.
Is that the wall? That feels like the floor, the cave floor, right? Right, John?
A brief search reveals a piece of hard grey rock, which you take, and some coins, 3 crowns and 13 kopecks.
Hell yeah. Rich. What is this? Flint. You have a small gray piece of flint, much like the one described in your famous adventurer's survival course manual in the fire starting section. You vaguely remember something about using flint and steel together. Well, we actually do have, we have that. We could make fire with the dagger. You scrape the flint with your dagger, creating a spark. Okay. But how do we make a light? Okay, so that's the body we checked.
Find nothing else useful on the body.
Is this another body?
It's a rotted,
It is.
ancient corpse, half buried in the cave wall.
Okay, let's take a look. Come on.
Find 30 assorted copper and gold
Yeah.
coins.
I gotta say, that's some tough pixel hunting right there. How would you do that? How would I know to click on those? They look exactly like the scenery. All right, so what is this?
This is some kind of altar to the Dark One. The top is covered with sand. Torch holders flank the altar to provide light for nameless rites and unspeakable rituals.
Torch holders. Who the hell is the Dark One? Can we touch this?
The altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but leaves a deeper chill somewhere within you.
Okay, okay. Well, he mentioned torch holders.
The torch is firmly embedded in its holder.
Okay, so can we actually light that? We can probably use our flint on this, right?
This torch is firmly embedded in
Okay,
its holder.
we can't take it. But can we light it?
Strike sparks off the flint using your dagger.
There we go.
Torch soon begins to burn, almost as if by magic.
Boom. And we got points for that as well. That is really cool animation.
Torch glows with a flickering light.
Okay.
This is some
Okay, it doesn't look like it's showing us anything else, but...
torch.
Alright. We can't take that torch. But there might be another one on this side.
It looks like a torch, but there doesn't appear to be any pitch or other flammable material on it.
Where? Like, what is a torch?
It looks like... You take
Oh.
the torch.
Okay. Got one now. You strike a spark with the flint and dagger to light the torch. Alright, now we have one. Okay, cool. Well, maybe we should put that out before we leave. Or we could just leave it there. Why not? So what is this?
It seems to be a kind of stone valve, acting as a door to the passageway beyond.
Looks like the only way out to me. So let's...
You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through.
That's the recommended way to get through sphincters. Force your way through with a
You've
dagger.
made it into a large chamber. Stone valves, like the one you just passed through, apparently block 3 other passageways. There is a huge stone altar in the center of the room, and an exit to the south.
I think that's one of my least favorite words now, is sphincter.
This stone valve
Valve.
seals the
Let's call it a
passageway
valve.
back into the chamber in which you first appeared in this cave.
Okay, so this is the way back into where we started. And looks like there's 3 more chambers that we could access.
A stone valve blocks this passageway to another part of the cave.
Okay. Notice the sword and shield here? I'm taking
The
these.
has long since decayed into a dry husk, but his shield seems to be in pretty good condition. Lying next to the dead warrior are a battered sword and a coin pouch.
Well, don't mind if I do.
You
Take those.
gracefully retrieve the shield and battered sword from the dead warrior. You hope that they will serve you better than they did their last owner.
Mm-hmm. Didn't get any points for that. That's weird. I don't understand that. Okay, so we have a shield now. The best offense requires good defense. This shield helps keep you alive long enough to do both. And we have this sword. This sword is rather battered and worn. You can't get it to hold a proper temper. Still, it's better than fighting barehanded or even with a dagger. Okay. Well, good. We have quite a few things now. Let's see if we can go through this other passageway.
You're in the heart of the cave. Stone valves close off passageways leading in all directions. In the center of the chamber is a bleak stone altar covered with dark stains. Try as you might, the stone valve will not open. Perhaps this isn't the right time.
Not the right time. Okay. That's probably what is going to be true of all of these. Let's see.
Stone valve.
Let's see if we can get through any of them.
Try as you might.
Nope. They're all blocked off.
Try as you might.
Alright, okay. Then we'll look at the thing in the center. Although, I'm gonna see if there's any other hidden bodies now.
You're in the heart. You're in the... You're in...
Doesn't look like it.
Didn't...
Yeah, no, these are not bodies I can actually... Okay. I don't trust myself now that I saw those 3 bodies in the first level.
The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. You feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it. The altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but leaves a deeper chill somewhere within you.
You got a creepy sensation? Just touch it. Oh, what are these?
As you approach the exit, you are confronted by 2 flying creatures. They have bat wings and spider-like bodies.
Spider bats. And now we have this cool... this awesome combat system. Well, don't just keep jumping. Do something. What are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I won.
In a bitter battle, you are better than the batters. You kick some butt, too.
I think I should probably look up how to actually do the combat, because look at my stamina right now. And my health is bright green because I think I got poisoned by those things.
The dead bodies of the batters are flea-bitten and very smelly.
Okay, they probably are not carrying gold, right? No. I'm just gonna save it there. Sphincters. Good a name as any, right? Okay, let's leave. I do actually want to rest. I don't know if I can.
Something deadly lies in wait nearby.
Something deadly. That might be our sense danger. It's actually useful for once, guys, because I don't see anything immediately dangerous from here. But our paladin senses are tingling. Let's just look first.
A deep pit fills most of this hallway. The rope bridge spans the narrowest stretch of the chasm.
Okay. So we have this rope bridge. Looks like the only way across.
A massive pillar fills much of the upper ledge. This sphincter blocks the passageway back into the heart of the cave.
We're not going back there.
You can see a glint of light somewhere beyond this exit.
Okay, so we're trying to get over there. Probably across this bridge. And what's going on down here?
The deep pit fills... You can see the entrance to a large cave at the bottom of the pit. You catch an occasional glimpse of a horrid, multi-tentacled monster just inside the cave.
That's probably what we sensed.
This is the entrance to a smaller cave, or perhaps a second outlet from the large one.
Okay, so we don't want to fall down there, right? What's this?
A heavy rope bridge spans the deep chasm.
Okay, let's just try to fly across. With what? Test the rope.
You cautiously test the rope before crossing. It feels as though it's firmly anchored on both ends of the chasm.
Alright. Close enough, I guess. So, crossing hand over hand, this is actually how we crossed the waterfall in Quest for Glory 3. So we've done something like this before, but we are pretty low stamina. I don't think I'm gonna take the rope. Let's just...
You are so exhausted
shit.
that everything you do hurts. Better get some rest.
Are we just gonna fall off?
You just barely made it across the pit.
Okay, we have 0 stamina. Cool. That thing, whatever that was.
You can see the entrance.
Can we take the rope now?
A rope might be useful, but it's firmly attached on both ends. You think about cutting it loose, but then decide that you may have to come back this way again.
May have to come back this way. I'm not doing that. Fly across.
It would be nice work if you could get it, but you don't know a flying spell. The best you can do is to levitate, but that just takes you up and down, unless you can find a way to let the wind help you.
That's the way that a magic user has to get across. You cast the levitate spell and see how this grass is blowing in the wind, then I think you like blow across. Seems complicated. Too complicated for Conrad. Can we rest here actually on the other side? Let's just rest for like 10 minutes.
After some rest, you feel worse than before.
Because we're poisoned. I just wanted to get back like some stamina. So it's like 1 stamina per minute, maybe, that you regain? Hard to tell.
After some rest.
Let's see if that's true. Yeah, actually it is. Okay. Cool. Well, hopefully the poison from those things is not that strong. Oh, narrow escape there.
Slip through the mouth of the cave, just in time to avoid being crushed by its closing jaws. As the cave mouth closes behind you, you feel a strange warning tingle. There is danger here, although its source is not immediately clear.
Who's this? Someone. Waiting for us.
You are alive! Only one person has ever walked away from there before. Who are you? How did you get here? Oh, there are so many questions I want to ask you, but I have to get home quickly. It is so dangerous out at night in Mordavia. The town is due north of here. Be careful, there are many bad things wandering around. Good luck! Oh, by the way, my name is Katrina. I hope we meet again sometime. Farewell.
I don't think she's wearing any shoes. Did you guys see that? That's really suspicious to me. But not to Conrad, who, for the past several games, has been trying to get a girlfriend, I guess. I don't really know how to describe his behavior, but he's definitely repressed, and I think that's going to feed into his actions and mistakes of this game. So that's Katrina. What did we learn there? It's Katrina, but that's also Jennifer Hale. Just to say, if you recognize her voice there. It's kind of low audio quality from the 90s, but what can you do? So, she said it's dangerous here in Mordavia. So we're in a place called Mordavia. Just writing that down. She also said that the city is to the north. So we need to head to the north. There's a lot of questions here, guys. Like, why was she waiting for us? How did she know we would be? This does not seem like a cool hangout spot. Maybe it is for Mordavia, but why was she just standing here waiting for us to come out? Hard to know. What time is it actually? It's day 1. It's still nighttime.
The cave mouth looks like the jaws of some horrid creature, waiting to chew up and swallow anyone who should be so foolish as to try to enter the cave.
Yeah. It kind of felt, right, like that cave. There's a lot of things about it that make it seem alive almost.
Rocks have formed an island within the goo.
The goo. What goo?
The icky, greasy, grimy goo flows close beneath your path at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Stones form across the goo to the central island.
John's not always sticking to the script, is he? Changes from the text. Okay, and then we have like a cool little archway to show that you're entering, you know, evil land or whatever if you're coming by boat.
The archway above the path is inscribed with 8 arcane symbols. You recognize 7 of them, from Arcania 101 no doubt, as the symbols of blood, bone, breath, essence, heart, the mouth, and the senses. The 8th is new to you. It looks a bit like a 6-tentacled starfish, or perhaps more like a squished squid. Something about the symbol fascinates and scares you at the same time.
Okay. Well, that's a big mystery. I feel like I should write these down, actually.
The archway above
What are
the
these?
path is inscribed with 8 arcane symbols.
Blood,
You recognize 7 of them, from Arcania 101
bone,
no doubt, as the symbols of blood, bone,
breath,
essence, heart, the mouth,
essence,
and the senses.
heart,
The 8th is new.
mouth, and the senses.
Looks a
1,
bit
2,
like a
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
starfish, or perhaps more
And then
like
there's some 8th thing that is like attached to the arch, I guess? What is that?
This symbol looks like a 6-armed starfish, or perhaps like the tentacles of an octopus. You sense a feeling of strange, chaotic power from it.
Okay, well, obviously we're gonna take that. Seems safe.
The 6-pointed symbol seems to pulse with energy and comes loose in your hand when you touch it. You have the feeling that you may need this sign, so you carefully store it in your pack.
What's giving you these feelings, Conrad? Is it sense danger? Let's look at it. Dark One sign. Okay, well, that's what it is. Something about this bronze symbol makes your skin crawl. It looks vaguely like a stylized octopus with only 6 tentacles. Yummy. Tasty. A Mordavian delicacy. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, it's still getting brighter slowly. I really like the night and day effect in this game. I'm just gonna save it here because I remember it. I remember this crashing here sometimes. Slide in a while. Goo, or yeah, goo. That'll make more sense later. All right.
The upper ledge looks somewhat less slippery than the other path.
Mm-hmm.
This tall standing stone has been carved so that the top looks like a squid is perched upon it. It doesn't look particularly stable.
Doesn't look stable, you say?
A pool of sticky, greasy-looking slime dominates this area below the cave. A stream of slimy goo oozes down the right side, and goo dripping on the path makes it slimy and treacherous as well.
So, be careful walking down.
A twisted, sick-looking tree holds tenuously to the central island. Twisted. The huge tree looks to be half wood, half stone. A pool of stick.
Alright, I think we've seen most everything. There's like something leaking down here as well.
A delicately crafted bonsai bush looks totally out of place in a pool of dark, unhealthy-looking goo.
This.
I
don't know if we can get to that. Looks like we're just gonna come down this way.
The path is dripping with slimy goo. You're having a hard time maintaining your footing on it.
Well, that's why we raised agility. You can do it, Conrad. I'm not controlling him right now, but... Ooh. Okay.
This tall standing stone has been carved.
So what can we do with this?
The stone moves slightly as you push on it, but you aren't strong enough to push it all the way over.
Why would I want to push it all the way over, though?
The stone moves...
Yeah, so I'm losing stamina whenever I do that, so that's interesting. I can, like, knock this over.
This tall...
Okay, so this has the same symbol as that squid thing. Let's try to put that on here.
The Dark One sign does look a little like the top of the standing stone. So you try touching the sign to the stone. You feel a resonance between them, but nothing else happens.
Okay. Just a bit of resonance. So this is something that we can knock over. I'm just gonna write that down. Can knock over obelisk, something like that. That's what it is. Can we do anything with this bonsai?
A delicate... You can't reach the bonsai from here, and the ledge is too slippery for you to climb on it. Perhaps you can try something else.
If we had some rocks, can we pick up rocks?
That didn't...
Alright, I can't pick up any rocks here. I was just gonna throw some stuff at it, but my other thought here is that if eventually we can push this and knock this over, maybe that will... Maybe we can destroy this and get to it somehow. But we can always come back here. So let's just come back another time.
Your danger sense tingles. You sense deadly danger from the swamp. It might have something to do with the grasping, disembodied arms.
Could be that. Could be that. Ah, man, this game's so weird and nasty.
The decayed remains of a human arm claw at you as if to drag you down to share its doom.
Right. Well...
Small hummocks of earth and grass rise out of the seething swamp.
So we're not gonna go into the swamp, guys.
The heavy odor of decay overwhelms your senses and makes you feel slightly nauseated as you survey this gloomy swamp.
Right. Let's just head due north. We haven't even found civilization yet, so we're leaving. Oh, this looks pleasant.
You are in the southwestern corner of the forest. Dank mists rise from a dismal swamp to the south and west. The path to the dark cave lies to the southeast.
Okay, so we're in the southwestern part of the forest. I'm going to need to make another map for this, probably.
Large deciduous trees make their stand among the pines. They know how to leaf well enough alone in the fall.
God, I wonder what John thought of having to be forced to read all the Cole's puns.
The red bush looks ready for anything.
He doesn't sound that entertained.
You are in the...
Okay, let's keep heading north. Oh wait, can I pick up rocks?
You grab a handful of rocks.
I can. Okay, so this could be another way of doing this too. Igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic. You never can remember which is which. And I have 4 of those. Let's pick up more. These came in real handy in the previous game. I was able to kill monsters just by throwing rocks at them, so I think that's important to have with me at all times. I wonder if I have like a little pouch for pebbles. Okay, what's this? Beautiful, beautiful little forest.
You are in the southwestern corner of the forest. Dank mists rise from a dismal swamp to the south.
This is kind of cool too. It's actually telling me where I am relative to maybe everything else, because that is changing every time I click.
Flowers bloom with the autumn weather.
Autumn weather.
A babbling brook chatters its way through the forest.
We're just gonna head north again. So I suppose if I ever get lost, I could just look around and kind of know where I am. What is that?
The hungry hunting hawk alertly searches for signs of game not already claimed by the forest monsters.
We haven't seen any monsters yet.
The ground bears a rich carpet of fallen leaves as the trees prepare for winter's annual assault. You are in the western part of the forest. An old road once led to the east. Only after careful searching do you manage to find traces of the road to the south as well.
An old road once led to the east. Let's go ahead and go east then. Don't think I can do anything with this hawk.
The hawk flies free, never to be caught by the likes of thee.
Does he? Well, he didn't fly free. Maybe he just enjoyed getting a little pet.
Don't have any rations.
Oh,
You
shit.
Get some food soon.
Yes. So this is east.
You are somewhere in the middle of the forest. You can barely discern the traces of an old road leading north and west.
Okay, we'll keep following the road north. We need to find some food, though. That's our main concern now. Oh, man.
You are somewhere in the middle of the forest. You can barely discern the traces of an old road leading north and south.
All right, keep going north. There's that hawk again, watching me, spying on me, probably.
You are in the forest just south of the road to the
Aha, south of the road to town. I think we made it, guys. That looks promising up there.
Just past the hill, you can see cultivated fields and a walled town.
Mm-hmm.
You are on an old road. The way to the west is badly overgrown, while the route north and south has seen considerably more traffic. You can see cultivated fields and the walls of a town to the north.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to head to the town. And look at that. Looks like they're getting ready for Halloween. Well, I think that's about time. Before we go in here, I don't want to get too involved in another thing. So we have just reached the town, and we'll go in the next episode. Reached town. Yeah, a very interesting start here, folks, because like I feel like all the other games actually start you out in a place of safety. This is the first game that actually starts you in a dangerous place and has you get to the town. The other 3 games start you in the town and you eventually venture out. So already this game feels a little bit more dangerous in the sense that you're starting from a place of uncertainty and evil, right? In that cave, like we don't know what that is, and it's outside. It's near like a swamp with like dead bodies in it. So anyway, it's just kind of an interesting change up, right? In how the games set you up. All right, thanks for watching, folks. I will see you next time. We'll go inside the town next time and see what's going on. Thanks for watching.